Greetings, operatives. I am Agent Z4, and today we dissect human behavior so you can blend in without unfortunate incidents. Transmission continues from Mars Colony Delta, where my infiltration remains uncompromised. Today's analysis concerns one of humanity's most baffling practices, their relationships with entities they designate as pets. For the uninitiated, pets are non-sentient organisms that humans deliberately introduce into their dwelling units. These creatures, primarily quadrupedal mammals called dogs, and smaller, more autonomous beings known as cats, possess no apparent utility. They neither generate power, produce sustenance, nor contribute to defense systems. By all logical metrics, they represent a net resource drain. Yet humans allocate considerable financial resources, living space, and emotional investment to these creatures. Most perplexing is the human tendency to engage in one-sided verbal communication with these beings. I first encountered this phenomenon when observing my neighbor, a mining engineer who speaks to her dog, using complex syntactical structures, rhetorical questions, and emotional inflections identical to those used with sentient communication partners. "Who's a good boy?" she repeatedly inquires, despite the organism's clear inability to comprehend the concept of moral evaluation, let alone respond to this philosophical query. More astonishing still, operatives, is that these creatures appear to respond to certain verbal commands. The aforementioned dog will change position, alter its movement patterns, or manipulate objects upon receiving specific auditory signals. To the untrained observer, this creates the illusion of interspecies communication. After extensive analysis, I have determined that this represents a rudimentary stimulus-response conditioning rather than genuine comprehension. The dog associates specific sound patterns with subsequent rewards or consequences. Essentially, the human has unintentionally programmed a biological automaton through operant conditioning methods. This does not, however, explain why humans address these creatures using complex language patterns far beyond the creature's processing capabilities. My neighbor routinely describes her daily activities to her dog, shares emotional states, and even solicits opinions on her apparel selection. Through careful observation, I have developed 3 hypotheses. Humans use these creatures as practice subjects for social interaction, much as our larvae utilize simulation modules before engaging with the collective. The organisms serve as projection surfaces for human emotional processing, allowing expression of thoughts without the social consequences of human-to-human vulnerability. The limited responsiveness of these creatures provides humans with an illusion of control in an otherwise chaotic existence. Tactical recommendations for field operatives. When encountering a human's pet, acknowledge the creature verbally as you would acknowledge the human. Failure to do so may trigger suspicion. Learn appropriate physical interaction protocols for common pet varieties. Note that the contact behaviors appropriate for dogs may trigger defensive responses in cats. Express admiration for the creature's appearance or behaviors. The statement, "what a beautiful/handsome species," consistently elicits positive responses from the human owner. If a human shows you images of their pet on their communication device, demonstrate interest proportional to the human's apparent attachment. I must also warn of a significant infiltration risk. Some dogs appear capable of detecting non-human biological signatures through olfactory means. If a dog exhibits persistent attention or unusual vocalization patterns in your presence, withdraw from the interaction zone immediately. Most concerning of all operatives, I have observed that extended exposure to these creatures appears to trigger genuine emotional attachment responses, even in humans who initially acquired them for practical purposes. The implications of this psychological vulnerability warrant further study. Next transmission will analyze the human ritual of small talk, their peculiar habit of exchanging meaningless acoustic patterns about atmospheric conditions. As always, this is Agent Z4 signing off. Infiltration begins now. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Video shares, memberships, and super thanks help the channel grow as well, so feel free to partner with this channel in that way as we grow. With that all said, thank you again for listening to the story, and thank you for your time. On the left side of your screen are some videos I think you might be interested in. I hope to see you in the next one.